So this just in, on August the 30th at AO Arena in Manchester, England, Misfits Boxing, which is KSI's crossover boxing promotion on the zone, main event Darren versus Luke Rockhold, and on the co-main event on the same card is Tony Ferguson versus Papi. All in Queensberry rules boxing, no dirty boxing like Mike Perry's promotion, or bare knuckle, just boxing to be clear. It's very interesting. First, let's talk Tony Ferguson versus Papi. It pops out more. First, who is Papi? He is a Filipino influencer. He used to make funny TikToks, and for people who watch influencer boxing, they say Papi is that guy. He's not some low-level YouTuber who boxes on the weekends. He can throw down. He's like top tier and could actually make a career out of boxing. Of course, he started a little late, but I've watched a few of his fights, and he's good. He's fast, he's showboats, he's the full package of a fun fighter, I must say. But he's lost a few recent fights, because he was a fluffy guy before, a little fat, he lost a ton of weight to slip into his more natural weight class. Since then, he lost a fight to Slim Abaha, who's a good boxer himself. He fought Fusey 2 back in the day, if anyone remembers that. But Slim gassed out early and basically just ate punches on the guard until he finally caught Papi slipping. Papi was clearly the better fighter, but some guys can just tough out beating and catch you. It's a loss. It's not easy to get beaten up for rounds while tired as hell with an adrenaline dump and catch a guy. A lot of people would fold and quit at that point, so credit is where credit is due. Then another loss to Anthony Taylor, and Anthony Taylor is weird. Tommy Fury had a bunch of trouble boxing him. He's very short and stocky, just throws his head down with an overhand, and if he misses you, he clinches you. It's very hard to box against. That's a very weird style. Darren Till recently beat Anthony Taylor as well. Till must have a lot of training with guys who are scared of his left hand, so they duck their heads and try to clinch all the time. But still, he got a bloody nose in that fight. That's still Papi's 2 losses. But every other fight, pretty much, he styled on them. 6 wins and 2 losses. And you have to think, no amateur fights, it's regular to have losses in your first 10 contests. Now, Tony Ferguson, he's old and stiff, but I wonder how many rounds this is. If it's 8 rounds or more, Tony could tank all the damage and then get something going at the end. If it's 6 rounds or less, I can't see much going for him. He has a guy who knows how to box, is younger, faster, more athletic. We might see Tony knocked out here and fall face down on canvas. That's my honest assessment. In his prime, he was easy to hit and would tank punches. He was an absolute beast in his prime, but he mixed up the kicks, the elbows, the BJJ. He wasn't a boxing guy. Like Anderson Silva was a bit more of a boxing guy, and we saw that one with Jake Paul. He did a lot with his hands, had boxing matches before. This might look like Ben Askren versus Jake Paul, and I'm being serious here. It really might. If I was coaching Tony, I'd say forget trying to learn how to box, just swang and bang in the pocket. Take the hits and keep banging until Papi gasses out. That's his route to victory here, as the younger guy can just bounce in and out too quickly. Anyway, that should be fun. So Luke Rockhold versus Darren Till. We just came off Papi versus Tony Ferguson, but this is a weird one. It sounds mad, but this feels like a weird fight, because this should be happening in karate combat. It's so perfect for the stand-up kickboxing match. I'd watch the hell out of that. Luke's weakness has been his boxing. He spams the right hook and gets caught. His kicks have been what ties his game together. Perfect kicks, perfect question mark kicks. You want to know how to throw a kick? You watch Luke Rockhold. You want to learn how to throw a punch? Not Luke Rockhold. Now Till, it's a bit of the same. He has a great left hand and it's his main tool, but he also has good kicks, good elbows. His boxing's a little better than Luke Rockhold though. He has the power advantage in his hands, he's also younger, he has bad knees, but his boxing, it doesn't matter as much. Rockhold though has a really messed up back, which is bad for any combat. It's not easy to predict what will happen in this match, but you have to go with Darren Till probably. I think he can clip Luke with his power, but at the same time, Till doesn't use the weapons to counter Luke Rockhold's lead hook. In fact, they're both southpaws. This fight is weirder the more I think about it. Have they fought southpaws before? Luke fought Lyoto Machida, but that was years ago. All the way back in 2013. I'm predicting Till, but I'm given a high probability of some weird stuff going on. I see some weird highlights coming out of this. I don't know what it would be, but I feel we'll be watching the highlights going, that's so strange. Anyway, these are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments. I'm out.